I'm Eliza, and this is Moving Pictures. Friday the 13th has been nice enough to fall during the most haunted of months this year, giving us double the terror and double the fun in an already pent-up 2017. In the mood of the season, we've decided to rank the top 5 best Friday the 13th films just in time for the fateful day for Jason to wander around campsites and terrorize teenagers just trying to have a good time. And because I'm in control and I have all the power, I will be throwing in an honorable mention for my all-time favorite that no one else seems to appreciate. So, strap in, look out behind you, and enjoy. And if, for some strange reason, you haven't seen these films, which are mostly from the 80s, spoilers ahead. Number 5. Freddy vs. Jason. While this may not entirely be part of the franchise to some, as it's a versus and mostly fan service, it's fun. As more of a fan of Freddy over Jason, I still say Freddy won, though considering neither can die, can we really say either lost? I think we all came out as winners in this romp of nightmare monsters and silent walking murderers. What would have made this rank higher? Robert Englund versus Kane Hodder, though Ken Kurtzinger did a nice job at his turn as Jason. Number 4. Jason Lives Friday the 13th, Part 6. On most lists, you'll find these next 4, and you'll also find them pretty interchangeable. Jason Lives goes in the 4th slot for us because it's the beginning of the end, in a sense. Jason should have died and stayed dead in Part 5, but yet here we are in Part 6, and we're back at it with the machete and the dead campers. This time, Jason was brought back to life by accident by the very person trying to make sure he was dead. So A+ work there. Almost sounds like the plot to an Ernest Goes to Something movie, or, to be more up to date, a Madea Tyler Perry film. This terrible movie is almost The Room level bad, which is why it's so great. The protagonist is just as bad as the cops when it comes to bumbling idiot, and you spend the movie rooting for Jason, though, let's be honest, you spend this entire series rooting for Jason, except for maybe when he goes to space. Number 3. Friday the 13th, Part 2. This is the first real appearance of Jason as the killer, so it has to go on any list around the top 5. Jason is taking his revenge after being drowned and somehow surviving in the woods despite his mother apparently working around Crystal Lake, and his mother's death by hunting down unsuspecting teenage campers and murdering them in horrible ways. This is where Jason's real legend begins, even before the old school goalie mask he's wearing a burlap sack right now. This is also where we get to see a wonderful, creepy altar to his mother, and it's gross. And it's kind of the last time we get to see this gross creepiness, and it's seriously creepy. As from here on out, it stops being creepy and gets goofy. Number 2. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. So why does this go above the last creepy chapter in Friday the 13th? Corey Feldman. The child star puts on a wonderful, over-the-top performance as the younger version of the kid who later messes up Jason Lives, alongside other 80s over-the-top great Crispin Glover. This was supposed to be the end of an era for slasher films and the end of Jason Voorhees. This film is a mess from beginning to end. It starts off with Jason already presumed dead and ends with him presumed dead again. with Corey Feldman looking like a real-life good guy doll from Child's Play, it's a must-see for any horror or 80s fan. It captures the 80s in a way that only a time capsule like this could. Number 1. Friday the 13th. The original has to take the first spot, as we wouldn't have the others without it. Pamela Voorhees is our number 1 as well, as a distraught mother who's been plotting for years, apparently. Why did she finally snap? Why did she wait so long? How long has she been talking to her dead son who drowned in Crystal Lake so many years ago? Well, probably since he died, or quote-unquote died, I guess. Would the series have been better if it ended with one movie? It would have made a hell of a lot more sense, but then we would have missed out on about 9 other movies, 10 including Freddy vs. Jason. Though a mother losing her mind and seeking revenge is an interesting, tragic, and bloody tale that spawned quite the monster of a series in its wake. Well, that's our list. And what's that honorable mention that I promised? What's that personal favorite? Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. It makes probably the least amount of sense, or did before Jason went to space, and it's absolutely absurd in the best ways. It's so stupid, it's wonderful. But it's not quite as good as the 5 we have here, though it is my personal favorite. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know your personal favorite too. If you'd like more lists like this, tell us that as well. Thank you for watching Moving Pictures, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.